And the disc is set to come in with Erwin taking the first pool for Rojaks. And here we go, the finals of NUO 2017. Z taking in the disc for Oops. Oh! But Erwin finding the early block, using his body there to prevent the first throw from the Oops handler. The disc on the near sideline here, directing play, finding Erwin on the center, finding Fuji on the far sideline. Fuji with the far sideline throw, finding Zen for the first score. Looking set to make the pool, and Rojaks pool goes up from Andrew. Same line, I think, retained there by Oops. Z now in the center with the disc, looking for a cutter, finding the cutter in the center of the field. This swung around to Z near the far side, and the handler brings down the disc, looking for another option. Finding there's a call on the play, and the disc is now checked back in. Oops remaining on offense, and the disc is now up. Oh!
Almost.
Rojaks in the front of the end zone line. Oh, the thrown overdone by Andrew, and Oops take advantage of it as Z score from the up line. Oops coming now in on defense. Kim Sim looking set and ready to make the pull, and the pull goes up from Oops. The disc lands inbounds. Zen finding Sheng there, who finds Erwin, who then finds the continuation to Ryan, who takes the throw. Oh! But the slight tip there from the defender. And the disc is now checked in for Oops. Looking for an upline option. Kim Sim with the disc, looking for the huck. Finds an in-cut instead. The slightly overthrown there by the cutter, and the throw goes up for Rojaks, finding Fuji, who is not yet in, and that's a goal. Wow. Through with the pool, slightly shorter and lower pool. Jack with the disc centered to Chen Si. Oh, but the throw slightly overthrown there for the receiver. Andrew takes a long throw and finds Ryan.
Both.
Well, both of them actually caught the disc, Charger and Ryan, but Ryan eventually retains the disc. And Sheng here is set to take the pull for Rojaks with the disc going up right now. Jack takes in the disc, centers to Chen Si, who finds Jack again. Looks for the attempted huck, but unable to take the option. Finds the upline. Oops, looking for an option. Oh! The disc somehow making its way into the hands of the receiver there, and Jack taking the disc in there for Oops. Kim Sim set to take the pull for Oops, and the disc goes up for Oops. Floating really well. Genshin set to receive the disc. Finds Vanessa in the center. Oh, finding Celine, who make that difficult catch there. Who finds Joanne with a continuation on the break side. Genshin now with the disc on the near side. Oh, with a mistake there, throwing right straight right to Z there. Kim Sim with the upline. Shaje on Kim Sim. Looking like a really good matchup there. Kim Sim finding the around to Z. And the disc there is caught with that layout there from the player, the oops player. Finds the dump to Z. Looking for the upline to Kim Sim, who scores for oops. Set to take the pool from the left side of the field, and the pool is up. This there with Sheng, finding Erwin on the disc. Finding Wei Xiang, the cutter. Who finds Erwin again. Who puts the disc up for Feng Mei. Will it stay in?
No.
This is now checked in. Looking for the huck. And this is... Oh! Lack of concentration there by the receiver there. And Erwin with the score there for Rojaks. And Andrew is set to take the pool for Rojaks. And the disc goes up for Rojaks. And the disc looks like it has gone out. This is now checked in. Finding the receiver there. Looking for a dump. Kim Sim looking for an option. This is checked back in. Stalled at 5. Oh, that high forehand flick. But the disc bouncing off the receiver there. Just slight misfortune. Jianshen with the disc now for Rojaks. Oh. Looking for the upline again to Kim Sim, and Kim Sim ties the score again for oops. And Jack with the pool for oops. Very large pool. CC making that safe catch there. Finding Sheng in the center, and Sheng finds the hook. Looking for Ting. Oh! That's Jack walking towards the disc, looking to restart play for oops. Looking for an around option. Oh! Sheng picks up the disc, finds the breakthrough. Oh! And the disc is now checked back in by oops. Finding the cutter there, looking for a continuation. Finding the around there for a cutter. Had to go on his knees to catch that one, but he safely catches it for oops. And finds a receiver there on the far sideline, who finds the dump back to Jack. This center there. Oh!
Foul.
Wow. This is checked back in. Oh! And that's a clean D there by CC for Rojaks. A little bit rushed this there, but finds Feng Mei and the dump. Oh! This floating above the head of Celine there. That's, I think, the third turnover in this game now. Good around throw there by Jack. Chancy now in the middle of the field with the disc, looking for another cutter who takes in the disc. Disc is now up. And they look for the long throw up, but the throw a little too short and too blady for a receiver to make any sort of play on the disc. The position where the disc went out. Oh, miscommunication there between the handlers. And an opportunity for oops to take a break now. Oh! Rojaks are now back on offense. Fuji with the disc. Looking for Sheng. Finds the around to CC. who finds Fuji on the same side. And Sheng takes the dump there. Fengmei taking the upline throw. Looking for an option. Oh! There is a pick call. Pick call on the field. But this is checked back in there. Finds the around. This finding its way upline to Jack again. Jack finding its way upline as well again to another handler, and oh! Oh, handlers struggling to get out of their end zone. Shensi set to reset play for Oops. Looking for an around, unable to find a round option. And that's a D there from Wei Xiang. Fuji saving Sheng out of some trouble there. Finds a continuation to CC, who looks for Zen. Finds Fengmei. Fengmei will look for the option but chooses not to take it. Finds the dump to CC, who finds Zen in the center of the field. Finding Celine at the far sideline now. And Sheng just about the front of the end zone there with the finish to Fengmei. And that is a score for Rojaks. We're back in after a mirror half. And Kim Sim with the pull there for Oops, which comes just in, and Vanessa there centering the disc to Andrew. Andrew looking for an option. Finding Ryan, who finds Xiaojie on the disc. Finding Celine there. Oh! A little too hasty there with the disc. I'm not sure if the camera can hear it, but some words of encouragement.
That's the girlfriend.
By the girlfriend of the guy that's marking Kim Sim, who is apparently the superstar of Oops! But Jenshen there with the D. Finding Jenshen, who finds Joanne to take a 2-point lead there for Rojaks. Disc set to come back in from Rojaks on D. Sheng making the pull. Ooh, really clean pull there. Z receives the pull, centers it to the handler there. Finding a receiver, finding a cutter. Finding a deep around there to Z. And it's hucked there, it's hucked up by Z, who somehow finds Kim Sim in the end zone. Now in the lane, and oh! Oops comes down with the score. Not sure who made the pull. Oh, but it's a slightly short pull. Ooh! Oh, from this angle it looked like it was going to hit a couple of people on the sideline there, but looks alright. Vanessa with the disc in the middle now. Finding Xiaojie on the disc. Finding Xiaojie again on the upline, who looks for a continuation. Can Joanne bring it in? And Joanne brings it back in for another score. With Fuji looking set to take the pool. Rojaks currently up by 2 points against Oops in the final of NUO 2017. And the pool has gone up. With the disc landing just out. This is now checked in for Oops. And the disc is hucked up for a cutter. And Wei Xiang manages to tip the disc away. Sheng finds Fuji, who finds a continuation up the line to Fengmei. Oh, finds a very tight dump there to Sheng, who finds Fuji again. Looking for a continuation there for Rojaks. Fuji finding a dump to... Oh! There was a long delay on the point there. following a really major injury to one of Rojaks' players, Zing. And we come back to the action with the disc being thrown away straight away by Rojaks. And the disc returns into the hands of Oops, currently now with Jack. Oh! The turf slip caused the receiver to drop the disc, and Fuji. Oh! There's a trip there. Looks like this will stay with Fuji. Oh! Wow! Despite the lack of the catch, it's actually a goal. There was a trip actually at the end zone following CC's throw. But it was given as a score. Slight discussion on the field now with how the point ended. So basically what happened was the disc was up. Fuji ran for the disc. He was ahead of his two defenders, and he was tripped by one of the defenders. While after he missed the first disc but had an opportunity with a second chance, but he couldn't go for it after being tripped by the defenders, and the Oops defenders kindly gave up their position and did not contest the foul, as Fuji was already in the end zone, and the goal remains in the hands of Rojaks, who are now up by 3 points by a score of 8-5. And the disc is up. Landing in the end zone. And players looking for an option. Finds a dump to Chensi. Oh, and Rojaks finding that D there. Rojaks on the far sideline. Finds a disc to the center to Qianshen, who puts the disc up for Andrew in the front of the end zone, who scores. And the disc is now in. Sent it to Z there. Finding a cutter. Looking for another upright option. Finding Z. Z puts the backhand around, and there's a call. So Z set with the disc. Finds the around. He finds another break throw, but it looks like there's a pick call. This is now checked back in for Oops. Finding a receiver in the middle of the field. Oh, Chensi, I think. Erwin centering the disc there to Zen. Finding CC, who takes an immediate continuation. Oh, but the throw there going too far for anybody. Z checks the disc back in. Oh, but the disc bounces off the hands of the receiver. And that's a score. Score for Fuji. And the disc is now in. Lands and it rolls slightly before stopping in the middle of the field. Looking for an open receiver there. Kim Sim on the disc now. Oh, finding the cutter who makes the catch there. Who finds another cutter. This is up from Kim Sim, and oh, and the throw is flopped up and away by the Oops receiver. This finding its way to Andrew there. Oh, looking for Celine, but the disc floats a bit too high to finish it for Oops in front of the end zone. And finds the break throw. Oh! And the disc is now in. Celine brings in the disc for Rojaks with Ryan there, and Andrew puts the disc up. Oh, but Xia watches the disc slip off his fingers as well. And the dampness of the ground. Disc checked back in with Kim Sim, who found a breakthrough there to a receiver, and the disc is up again. And they are just right outside the end zone now for Oops. Oops yet to check it back in, but they have scored, and so Oops take one back. Rojak still currently in the lead, and Jack taking a pull for... Oh, it goes way above the camera in fact. This is caught there. Oh, but this is overthrown there by Zen, and again wasted there. And the disc comes back with Jack, who will check it back in. Finds Shensi. And this is now up, but that's a disc that has gone a bit too high there for Jack. And Erwin looking for the hug, but doesn't take it. Ah! The disc is up and over the receiver's hands on the disc. And the disc is checked back in. And that's a D from Erwin. And Zen finding the disc there, and Erwin making that difficult grab, finding for an option. Finds the disc around to Sheng. Sheng puts it up for Feng Mei. But the disc this time a little too hard, and Jack looks like he might have hurt himself. No. Looking around. Oh, very, very close there. Finding the breakthrough there to a fellow cutter. Oh no, to another cutter actually. And this is done back to the handler there. And the disc is still in the middle. Looking for a cutter there. Finding it around, finds it around. Throw going up, but Jack reading it well, and this is now up. And Wei Xiang with the D, and Wei Xiang with the D there for Rojaks. Even though it's a developmental tournament. Oh, Erwin finding the catch. Finding a receiver there, or I think it's Ryan. Finding a dump back there to Erwin. Oh, disc with Jack again. Finding another handler, and the disc is hooked up. Not yet in. Looking for an option, finds the dump. Oh, but the receiver unable to take the disc on the inside break. Running a vertical stack this time on Rojaks. It's Erwin on the disc now, and it's up. It's up. Oh, Joanne reads the disc well. Finds... looking for someone. The disc remains with Wei Xiang. Uncontested foul. Finding Erwin on the strike, who makes the finish to... Oh! Joanne, who eventually brings it down. Rojak set to pull. And the disc is up from Qianshen. This is caught. Finding the receiver there. Oh! Z lays out there for the disc there, which actually flew off his hands, bounced off his hands. Manages to make the finish, but that's a D. This now with Z. Looking for an around throw. Takes a dump. And that's a score for Oops, who bring one back. And I think that's the end of it. That's the end.